discovered you don't have conversations. I asked you to have conversations and watch the chat. You can't say, how are you doing? What's good over there? If you are new here, my name is Sherifa Nakalema, based in Virginia, USA. And today, I really didn't feel like coming here. But I had to. There is a lesson there. Who can tell me something in the chat? By how are you? I'm not going to say name by name. We're going to make this quick. But I see all of you. Thank you for being here. Tell me what lesson is here in motivation. If I didn't feel like coming here, but I really did, I came. What's the message? What's the message you pick from that? I would have said today no live, but I didn't do that. I just moved it a little bit ahead, like forward, and I'm here. Please type in the chat. What's the message there in your own life? When you don't feel like going to work, what's the message? Please put it in, then we'll start. Today I was reading, I was actually watching something. I was watching Bill Gates, and he was being interviewed by his own father. But actually it wasn't like I was looking for Bill Gates. I was looking for, I don't know if you heard of the 10,000 hour rule. Who has heard of it? Who has heard of the 10,000 hour rule? I was looking to see what people talked about it. And then, you know, there is a book by Malcom Gladwell. It's called the Outliers, and it talks about Bill Gates and how he became successful. It talks about the people born in that time and all that. But then I landed on a video when Bill Gates was responding, and he was being interviewed by his own father. So it was interesting. I wanted to know what he thinks about it, but there are so many people making comments about it. That's what we're discussing today. I want to know who heard about what I'm talking about. That it takes 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to master a skill. That it has taken you 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to master a skill. Who has heard of that? But now I'm asking a lot. First of all, I ask you the lesson. The lesson of, I know your time. If you ask me your time, I'll tell you your time before you even told me my time. So I know the times where all of you are. Let's get on the topic. Like I said, I don't have a lot of energy today. I didn't feel like coming on. No one gave me the lesson we are learning. If I chose not to cancel, instead of canceling this live, I'm here. What's the lesson to learn for all of you when you wake up and you don't feel like going to work? You know, like when it rains and you feel like sleeping some more, but yet you have to go to work. What do you tell yourself? What makes you going? There are so many reasons you can bring in, like your why you do what you do. That could keep you going. Like, put a comment there. Yeah, after this live, I'm going, you know, you see me live here, but it takes some work to get here. So like that video, like how you were texting me saying, where is it? It takes some work for you to see it up there. It has a thumbnail, it has a description, it has a title, it has to be set up. So all the things have to happen. And I have to happen also to be here, ready to watch you. Talk to you. That's the easiest part, by the way, me talking to you. The hardest part are all those other things. I'm still in the rat race. What do you mean? Ashraf, I don't think I have seen you much. You were not here last week. You are still in the rat race. What will my boss say? So it's about the boss. Okay, Omar, when you still do things because of your boss, something is missing. Something is missing. You need to check why you go to work. Okay? My mission in life always forces me to go and work. Okay, having your day goals written down. Okay, so like my schedule, remember? On my schedule, I keep saying I'm live on Friday. So now, if I'm not, I'm not there. Okay, how about being consistent? How about being, what would be the word? Let's see, I'm reading what you're saying. Having your day goals written down. Okay, listen, you must always try to achieve your goal whenever you never give up. Yeah, never give up, keep going. Like when you feel like there's a motivation. You see that motivation, those of you who are in my Facebook group, that motivation that I posted this week, that's what I listened to. Like you cannot, you have to go. You have to go. You cannot wait. You cannot wait. Keep going. All that. So I'll talk about the 10,000 hours rule. Who knows it? I see some new people. I'm going to talk about just the new people. Okay. Welcome, Sean, Biarhanga. That's a new one. Welcome. Let's see. I'm just looking for the new names because I can't call out everyone else. Kathy, I see Kathy Yatuha. You've been very. I'm very grateful for your comments. I saw your comments there. You are new in the chat, but I saw you on the channel, on the videos. Let me see who else is here. Kajumba, this is good today. You are here on time. By the way, those of you who are reading the groups, Doreen and Julie, please plan to give me feedback when we get to the money. I didn't even mention the money. The money is here. The money is here. Some people didn't get their money. I think 2 people. One, we didn't have the phone number, and one was giving me a number that was not working. You know, the number had to match. The number and the name, they have to match before we can send money. Okay. So I was disappointed today. When I said please chat between yourselves, ask each other what's going on. Some people in UAE, some people in Malaysia, what's going on. Have conversation. Continue to do that until I show up, okay? Until I get a real personal assistant who lives here with me. Something like this will happen. Okay, who is familiar with the 10,000? Who is, I'm glad that you do that. Please keep going, keep going. No excuses, no excuses. But it will be easy if your why is strong. Your why can keep you going. Why you go to work. Please, don't go to work because of your boss. Go to work for yourself, like because of a reason related to you. Don't go just because what will the boss say. Okay, that could be in there, but I want it to be number 2 or number 3, not number 1. Have a number 1 that's stronger than that, okay? Okay, so who has heard of the rule? Before we discuss it, I want to know if you are familiar with this rule or not. Are you? The 10,000? Anyone? For those of you who watch me later, or please, I'm always checking what they're saying on Friday. But on Saturday, I speak more than see the chat. So who has heard of Ashraf? Have you heard of the 10,000? Okay, Musa Luanga. Okay, you're familiar. Okay, I want to have a few people familiar with this rule before we discuss it. Because there is a heated discussion about it. I found it everywhere. Everywhere you go, many people disagree with it. Many people disagree with it. But then I found someone who said it takes longer. It takes longer than 10,000 hours. Because when you see those people who go to win gold medals and all that, how many hours do you think they put in? I think they put in more than that, maybe. Yes. I thought Ashraf will be aware. I'm familiar. Okay, let's talk about it then. Ashraf Mukisa, you've been missing. And Ashraf, I think last time, Ashraf Muhammad also, you were not here last time. Okay, let's see. Takes 10,000 hours of intensive practice to achieve master of computer complex skills and materials. Okay, that's good. Wendy, you are the one I've been talking about with the number that's not matching the money. Or the money number and the name. Okay, who agrees with it? Who thinks that maybe we need to first get into some skills here? Which skills do you think would take maybe 10,000 hours and more? And do you include going to school? Like if you went to school, the general education, like you went to university or college, do you include those hours too, or you include the hours when you started focusing on that, specializing? Okay, you are familiar. That's very good. Ahmed Kavuma is new. Welcome. Ahmed Kavuma, that's new, but I think I saw you on one of the videos. Please, when you leave comments, that's the only time I know that you are here. Thank you for supporting this message. Let me tell you something I want to do with this day, Friday. If you bring in a lot of people, if you could have people, like 100 people in the chat, I'm going to start talking to companies that are going to give you free stuff. So invite more people, because they'll have to come and look at our chat. They'll say, okay, how many people do you have over there? I say, I have a lot. Come, then I start getting you those free things that I know you can get where you are. When I'm negotiating, I'll negotiate things that I know you can get. Maybe it's a download, maybe it's something, like for example, For those in Uganda, if you will become and have like 100 people in the chat, I can negotiate free airtime, free data for you. But they have to see how many of you are in the chat. So please, next time, next Friday, let's make it a goal to have 100 people here chatting. Then I'll go to one of those companies in Uganda and say, please help my people here. Give us some data. We are struggling. There's a lot to learn, but we don't have data. Who supports the idea? Put in me. Yes, yes. Data. Who wants data? But we have to work it here. We have to be a large group before we can negotiate. Who will be excited to get a free data from Uganda, if you are in Uganda mostly? Yes. So if data is a good idea, let's make this chat a very, very busy chat. And I want to put, yes. No, I'm not putting you. You are going to create this, not me. My job would be to show them my channel and to say them, I have people here and they need data. So give them data and then they will. But I think they will need like maybe to see like at least 100 people right here chatting. So let's make this a big thing because tomorrow is affiliate marketing. If you can bring them, but affiliate marketing is not for everyone. A topic like this would be Friday would be the best day. Yes, data oye, bring people. So I'll show them. I can even show them the graph, how people are dropping off the live because they don't have data. And then, by the way, we can use Sunday too. Sunday. You know when I do motivation on Sunday? Let's try this Sunday. That we bring on Sunday, bring many people because they have to look at my data. I have to show them how many people attended. And if they see that large numbers attend, then they'll say yes. Okay, so let's move from this topic. Let's go back to the 10,000. 10,000. Let's first list some skills, especially you. Let's relate it to you because that's why I was looking for this topic. That how can I make them understand that it really takes a long time to achieve something great. It really takes a lot of hours. So each one of you, if you don't mind, put in the chat what you want to master. Then we're going to chop it down. How many hours we think we're going to need. And remember, today the time is limited. We have to get to the money. So type down what you want to master. Something you want to master. That's going to take you like a year or more. What do you want to master? I'll be writing here. Then we'll break it down to see how many hours we think you need. Please start typing. What do you want to master? Before, when I was talking about long-term goals, some people put PhDs. What do you want to master? Skills to master. So when you write, I write here. Which one? Please put. I like to master the skill of sewing and embroidery. Okay, sewing. I'm going to ask you some questions. You tell us this sewing business, where you want to take it. Okay, who else? Teaching. What do you mean? Teaching what? Teaching, I think teaching is easier. I don't think teaching is going to get in the 10,000 because all you have to go is go to a school where they train teachers, right? And what you need is practice. I think teaching is going to be easy. Okay, what else? Online business. Okay, you want online business. What else? IT. Okay, IT. Do you have anything specific or just IT in general? Then I want to master football. How old are you? Football, you better be a little bit young. You can run. 6. Let me say football. I want to master online business. Online. We saw online business already. So online business again. You know, online there is a lot going on. 5, 6, 7. I haven't mastered it. Online business. Let's see. Programming and database management. Great. And maybe we'll continue this topic tomorrow. What do you think? I could do affiliate marketing a little bit and then continue this topic, or continue to next time because it's where it's going. It's going to need, or maybe I don't do affiliate marketing tomorrow. We continue with this topic. What do you think? Then you invite more people. We start showing those telephone companies in Uganda. We need some data. Programming and database management. Let's see. Programming, skills of climatology. Wow, you need a degree and master's. Tology. That's good. Master e-business. That's similar. We did that already. E-business. Master online marketing. I would like to master the laws governing online business. It's online business still. Okay, you vote. You tell me what you prefer. Should we continue this topic tomorrow? Because we're not going to finish it. Or continue it next Friday. But have in your mind, invite as many people as possible. Because I want to negotiate data for you. Free data. Governing online business. You also said online business. That's it? No more people want to master? Do you know I got online business 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I got sewing. I got IT. I got climatology. You know what? I think let's do this. Maybe tomorrow for okay. Those who want to master online business, I do online business, but I do affiliate marketing. So for those of you who chose online business, if what you care about is affiliate marketing, I can make it the topic tomorrow. Then we'll minimize, we'll eliminate all those, and we'll discuss the rest. So when you say next Friday, tomorrow, master Forex, I can't help you. If you want to master Forex, I'll not help you. That's not me. The reason I had started. I even have books here on Forex. I had started, then I realized to get bigger in Forex. See? I have books. I have actually many of them. But when I went to go in detail, I realized actually it involves interest. I don't like any transaction that involve interest making, interest stuff. I stopped for that reason. So I don't know if you think that's relevant to you. Maybe not. You know, Muslims who don't like stuff that involve interest, like paying interest, receiving interest. So that's why I canceled Forex. In fact, my journey led me to what I'm doing now, affiliate marketing. It's clean. You choose what you want to promote, you promote it. Forex, it has its own issues, but it's good for those who understand it. But I stopped my journey. My research stopped me there because there is a way where they have to loan you money. Okay, we continue tomorrow. We are Muslims. Not everyone is a Muslim. Some are not. So tomorrow, no, you have to put on your name. Everyone who said online business, confirm that you're okay with mastering affiliate marketing as a business. If that's what you want, I can make it a topic tomorrow. Affiliate marketing as a business, we can do that. I can make it a topic tomorrow. That will have eliminated at least 5 people. Is that okay? Affiliate marketing or no? Is affiliate marketing okay for everyone who said, someone said online business, e-business, online business. Are you all okay with? Because online business can be other things, like e-commerce. You can be selling your own things, like you have a website and all that. I did that before. I don't want to do that again. You have to process transactions. They pay you. You talk to people. You communicate with people. You ship things. That kind. That's e-commerce. I don't like e-commerce. I like affiliate marketing because I promote other companies. They pay me commissions. I don't deal with anything. All you care about is finding the people who like the product, match the two, and that's it. So, Omaziwa is not new. Why are you welcoming Omaziwa? Omaziwa is not new, or just welcoming him for arriving today. Okay, so everyone, I think that can work for the start from me. You mean on affiliate marketing? Then we can discuss affiliate marketing as a business, okay, tomorrow. So that leaves out sewing, teaching, football, IT, programming, database management, climatology. But I think, this is just my opinion, I think all the things you are, apart from sewing, All these can be learned in school. Sewing and football. Football, climatology, these are things you learn in school, right? You go sign up a degree and do. But actually, I don't think that's what we are discussing. We are discussing something that requires you to put in and practice until you become a master of that. Like football would be a good example. And let's start with the one who gave the first answer. So, by the way, I didn't quote. Let me first, remember my video I said I'm quoting Bill Gates? Let me tell you what Bill Gates said about the the 10,000 because it was about, they wrote about him. He says Bill Gates is the founder of Microsoft, if you don't know. The one who made sure we see all these personal computers everywhere. It's because of him. He says, these are quotes, you do have to be lucky enough, but also fanatical enough to keep going. Because he talked about how people start things and stop. They start and stop. They drop out. They get to a certain point and stop. And then they start and stop. So for you to get to that mastery, you have to, he used the word luck, I don't know, but that's what he said. You do have to be lucky enough, but also fanatical enough to keep going. That keep going thing, that's fanatical, is very important. Because they say, if you really want to master something, you have to take, everything has to be, anything that's not relating to that is irrelevant at that point. As you are working on something, anyone who's talking about something else is irrelevant in your life. So it takes real focus, according to him, and he said that that magical things came together for him. Because they were analyzing the people born around that age and all that, but he said so many people were born around that age group. It wasn't really about that. But he also acknowledged that some magical things came together for him. Okay? If you want, they actually saw, let's see, which channel is this? He gives an interview. I was quoting him. He's being interviewed by his father. You can even search it on YouTube. If you look for a conversation between Bill Gates and his father, talking about this rule and that book, the Malcom Gladwell's Outlier book, you'll find it. I don't have to really show you the channel. It will come up because it came up for me. I wasn't looking for it. If you want to hear what he said, you know, he did a miracle thing. Okay, let's see. The founder of Ford. No. Ashraf, no. He's not the founder of Ford. Ford is Ford. It's Microsoft. It's Microsoft. We're talking about Bill and Melinda Foundation. Please don't put Ford in there. Ford is a different name. He's another one. Okay. So let's see. Good evening. Who is this? Fred is back. Fred, sorry, they stole your phone. Those people, I don't know where they put the phones. When they steal phones like that, what happens? They go sell it. How do they deal with this stealing of phones in Uganda? It's so sad. My brother, they stole his phone and laptop and everything. They said, oh, please come sit in the front. And they were squeezing things. Oh, press this down here. By the time he looked around, things were gone. The taxi was full of thieves. So that's very sad. I wanted to come to Uganda. Now you people are scaring me. Okay, let's go back to the 10,000 hours. The one sewing, the one who put sewing, you want to master sewing. What's the process like? I feel like you can master sewing without 10,000 hours. What do you say? Welcome, Habiba, welcome. So let's discuss this slowly. Tomorrow I'm going, when I have maybe more energy, we'll do tomorrow, we'll continue. I'll do online affiliate marketing as a business, okay? The ingredients, if you want to look at it as a business or online business in general, but I don't know that I want to discuss that because my mind is not on that. I'm not interested in online business in general. I just want to do affiliate marketing. Okay. Sewing, give us some information. I think 10,000 is not needed. What do you think? Not to minimize it, but I think, really? Sewing, you need 10,000 hours to master it? I feel like you need less. What do you say? I'm putting that a thing on that. What do you think? I think you're right. But when you are teaching to yourself, the 10,000. What do you mean teaching to yourself? When you're teaching other people, right? You said teaching. Because I feel like a person who wants to be a teacher, you choose what you want to teach, you go to school, you master the topic, I mean, in school. Are you talking the years of school? Is that what you're talking about? And then you start practicing and be a good teacher. I feel like you don't need 10,000 hours. Who agrees with me for teacher and for sewing? But for football, definitely. Football, I think you're going to need those hours. But are you young enough? They say it's young people. No. I'm not talking about learning from YouTube. YouTube is not, by the way, you have to be careful. YouTube, even most people will tell you, they're not experts. You cannot come and learn from YouTube. YouTube is just a guide to give you like some things. Only if you're the person you're following, you know they are an expert. Even then, if they'll even give you those disclaimers. Have you heard the disclaimer they put? I'm not an expert. I'm not your financial expert. They always, when they say that, they're saying, take it with a grain of salt, whatever they say. You try. You can go one topic, you listen to this person, another person. They all choose what they want to say. So you have to be very, very careful. You cannot use YouTube as your teacher for facts. Okay? Only if you research a few videos, you rather buy a book. A book could be better. A book is better, or someone, or a course. A course is the best place to learn whatever you're trying to learn. Courses are not that expensive these days. You can do online courses. Young enough to master football? Okay, let's discuss football. Although there is IT here, I think we're going to do only those two. Programming and database management, that's school. I'll send you to school. They have certifications online if you want to master. You can sign up for a degree or whatever, but you can also, who knows about the certification that are done by Google and Microsoft and all that? You can master programming like that. Who put programming? Look at certifications provided by Google and Microsoft also. They have certifications and they're very good. If you master that and you pass the exams, everything online, you can become an expert and get good jobs without even having a degree. The programming, who is that? Yes, YouTube, you have to be careful. Some people are copying from others and coming to say things they don't even understand themselves. So programming and database, I've answered yours. Find certifications. Whatever you want to master, go look for Google certifications, go look for Microsoft certifications and others. You will see. You can do them wherever you are, online. But there are some fees and some exams, but you find they have it in all locations. So we answered that, and I think that's like the kind of thing that will take less than 10 hours. That's what I'm saying. Only if you're talking about experience on the job. Okay, covered that. I think we're going to end with football because it's more interesting. I mean, it looks like it will take even more than 10,000. IT, that's a course. Something I would say. I'm not an IT person, but you go do IT degree or go to these same places. I told you Google or online. Any online college, university can teach you IT. That's also, I think, is less than 10,000. We are looking for something that takes more than that. Okay, climatology. That's a degree also. That's a specialized thing. Climatology, you're going to need a degree and maybe master's or something. I think so. That's what I think. I still think you don't need 10,000 hours on that. So football. Let's discuss football. What kind of football? You know there is American football, and African football, soccer. Do you know the difference? Oh, Ashraf, you didn't know. What are you saying? Oh, no. You didn't know that YouTube is not full of facts? You didn't know? They tell you themselves. They say, I'm not an expert. No, go talk to your tax expert. Go talk to your financial expert. That's what they would say. Okay, so who is responding here? Fact sewing can't be mastered within. What do you mean, Doreen? Fact sewing can't be mastered within 10,000 hours. You are saying you need more hours to master sewing? Is that what you mean, Doreen, or less? I don't know. I think you are talking about What is 10,000 hours? Do you know people calculated them? 10,000 hours is a lot of hours. Is a lot of hours. So let's see. Oh no, 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 what? What are you saying oh no to? Yeah, I'm young enough, yes. YouTube is full of one of these oh no. Everyone keeps saying oh no, I don't understand what you're responding to. The founder of Ford, yeah. I think you're right, but when you're teaching is to yourself, the 10,000... I don't understand, Kathy, when you say teaching to yourself. What do you mean? You mean self-learning? Like you teach yourself? I think it's hard to master something when you're teaching yourself. You need someone. How about we talk about that briefly? As the football person, give us the process of football. I'm going to read it. I don't know about football. It takes few hours. Okay, that's what you mean. I think so. Yes, just practice and master it, and maybe changing designs and stuff. We are not minimizing. Okay. If for any skill, I wish you had mentioned some other skills, like skills that you just develop slowly, that require practice, that people, like what, writers or whatever, I don't know, things that take like time and practice would be more interesting to discuss, that you really put the dedication in, and it goes by hours. The more hours you put in, because there's a discussion going on here, we're not going into it, but the people are saying you could be spending 10,000 hours practicing garbage. If you don't know what you are doing, and you do it for 10,000 hours, does that make you a master? Does it make you a master? No, it doesn't. So it depends what you're doing with that time. And do you agree? Okay, yes, I'm young enough. How much? No one has added something. The person who put football, I'm really waiting. You are talking about American football or African football, soccer. You know they have football in USA, it's different. It needs someone to be with talent to master football. Okay, you just use the word talent. Talent. Really? You don't think someone can be trained? Who agrees that you can be trained? If you found like a 5-year-old boy, 6-year-old boy or girl, I mean, I'm saying boy or girl, but we're taking football, most likely boy. You cannot train them? Is this really talent? Who agrees that you can train someone to become a footballer, like a football player, a good one, from just training? If you train them to run, you train them the tricks. You agree with the what? I think you can, it's not about talent. Who said that? Ahmed Kavuma. I don't think it's just talent. Because for the talent, these are the people who are not focused on. Like no one ever focused on training them, but then they give them to play and they realize, oh, they can play. But if you take effort to train someone, have you heard of Tiger Woods? By the way, I hope he's feeling better. I know he had an accident. Obviously, some can learn something like football through hard work, yes. With football, a natural talent is also key, and practice makes it perfect. Are you sure? Are you sure if someone, especially running, if someone knows how to run, can run, they cannot be trained to do football? I think they could be trained. I don't know. Yeah, Tiger Woods, do you know how old he was before he started playing golf? Do you know at what age his dad started training him? Yes, I think practice makes perfect, also if you are passionate about it. If no one is forcing you, they say that many people, in fact Robert is the one who said these things in the books, that people who have talent, when they don't develop it, you may even have the talent, okay, what you call talent, but the person who's more focused and practicing more, these 10,000 hours, will be far ahead of you. The talent is not enough, but I'm also saying, it's just my opinion, that you can do this without talent if you're passionate enough. So Tiger Woods was trained by his dad, I think 3 years. From 3 years. No, Tiger Woods is a golfer. He had an accident. You didn't hear about Tiger Woods? Yes, I think 3 years or 4 years. So he was on television, like playing, like they brought him on television, said showing when he was very, very young, younger boy. So his dad, and also, you know about the sisters who play basketball? No, tennis. Do you know those sisters? What are their names? The two sisters. It's also their dad decided to train them. So you can choose to train your child to do something, assuming they like it, assuming they develop the passion to do it, and they keep going. Serena and those sisters. It says you see their story. I like to read about people's stories. They were young. And another one, Michael Jackson. You know how Michael Jackson became a star? You know what age his dad started training them? His dad training them to sing. He was the youngest of these brothers. But it all starts from young. Now I went into something I didn't even plan to get into. It shows us how the 10,000 hours actually can be very, very relevant. Because I think those people put more than 10,000. If you go to the Michael Jackson, the Serena Williams, the Tiger Woods, they started very young to do these things. Then they became stars. Because by the time you get there, there's an assumption I just put there, that the person you're training has to be interested. Has to be interested. But you, the parent, you could have maybe 4 children, whatever. You test it out. You say, here in America, what's unique? Some of you watching me are not from USA. There's something that happens in America that doesn't happen in many places. For those people who can afford it, they make sure that their children are involved in after-school activities, and the way they do it, they don't focus. They don't focus on one thing. They test them, they do them some piano, they play some music, they do play some soccer, they do play some martial arts, and then they do some football, and they test out everything. They make sure they go to this and that and that. Okay, this year they do that, this year they do that, until they discover what the children like. And then maybe the children continue to do it. But they test them out on things. Because for my daughter did martial arts, I think, for 10 years. So I could see how people were doing it. For me, we were focused on getting her to she became to a black belt, and then she got to third degree black belt. For us, we were focused more on martial arts. So she did black belt, and then second level, and second degree and third degree. But I could see people how they were coming. They would come and stay here 3 years and go. For them, they're not focused on the black belt. They were focused on the children testing it out. And then when they found someone who's passionate, maybe they continue to go to black belt. You see what I mean? They move them around, they test everything. I mean, those who can afford. Not everyone can afford. Here schools close by 4 p.m. The youngest are home. The high school, they're home by 2 p.m. And the middle school, they're home by 3 p.m. So they leave the evening to be for those kind of things, okay? It's a very good thing that, but some stuff are free at school for those who do the specialized sports in the school's teams. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about private things that parents do. But of course, the schools are organized to do their thing. They do a lot of, for those who watch them, they do so many games in school. That's different. I'm talking about outside of school. The parents make sure the children are involved. America is almost, I'm not quoting any figure from anywhere, but I know over 95% children, they stay at home. They're not in boarding schools. Very few are in boarding schools. So they go to school, they come home. I'm not talking about college. I'm talking about the younger, up to high school. From home, they go to school. The buses take them to school. I'll show you some buses. I've been showing buses, other buses, but I intentionally take you to a school and you see the buses. How they go, drop off kids and come back. I'll do it one day. Who is interested to see American buses taking students to school? Especially high school will be more interesting. Because high school, by this time, some students are driving themselves, and then others are coming on a bus. And you feel so horrible because you have to be on a bus, especially when you have, they have 4 years in high school here. They have the 4 years. But the time you get to what they call the junior year, when you're about to finish, the ones who finish as senior year, they want to be driving. Remember, I mentioned in when I'm driving that they teach them how to drive in the school. It's one of the lessons. So they teach them the theory, and it's up to the parent to make it to practical and buy them a car, or they buy themselves a car. So by junior year, they are driving. So I think I'll make sure, I don't know if I'll be able to catch it for you. When you see that some students are driving themselves to school, others are coming in buses. It's not so fun when you are one of them. So every one of them wants to drive. By the time, at least senior, their last year in college, or in high school, they want to be driving like their friends. But maybe you can't afford it. So it's a sad thing. But you know how to drive, maybe, but you don't have a car to drive. So do you want to see high school, or you want to see the younger ones? The younger ones, they just bring them to school and that's it. They're not driving. But the driving ones are in high school. Okay, so who wants to see high school driving? I heard that there is America, parents take their time to find out what their children can do. Yes. I did that too. You test your children, but you don't necessarily have to take a real test. But by doing that, make them play this, play that. As they do that, but it's very expensive, by the way, to do those things. Taking them to those classes, it's very expensive, but it helps you get to know the child and what they like, and also the children get to test a few things. They're well-rounded. But by the time they are in, is this relevant to the 10,000 hours? By the time they are in middle school, you know that we have pre-K, then kindergarten, and then elementary school, the first one up to, they call it 7th grade. No, 5th grade, which would be like equivalent to primary 5. Then they move to what they call middle school. Middle school has 6, 7, and 8, 3 years. So by the time you get in middle school, there are some requirements. They have some requirements, like an instrument. You have to be playing, because they are still playing with that brain. You know, it's all to do with the brain. They're discovering, so they make sure they do an instrument. In fact, when you see them, you can laugh. They do instruments, they pick instruments, which one you choose, you want to play. If you don't choose an instrument, then you sing. So you can belong to the ones who are going to sing. You don't have to be a singer, but you can say, I don't want an instrument, I'll sing. But they have to involve in some kind of musical thing. It's very interesting when you see them. Because you could see that someone was put in to sing, but they are actually not singers. They just pick something just to pass the class. It's interesting. Okay, anyway. High school, I remember at some point I have to time it, and also there is a lot of traffic when they're going to school. So I have to pretend like I'm one of the students but then filming. Hopefully I'll be able to catch it. I may catch it for you, but now the week has ended. Let's see. I'll see. It may come next week if I'm able to catch it. Okay, let's go back to the footballer. Who put football? How many hours do you think you need to master it? And what age do you think you need to start? If you want to be a pro, the one who's going to represent your country in the World Cup and the world stage, you go play for the country. At what age do you start? Let's break it down. Football, I think we're going to do the money tomorrow. We'll do the money tomorrow. I'm so sorry. We can't do it. Football, let's do football and close, because I'm not feeling very good. And if you choose to do the money today, I'll do a few questions, like 3. If you want all of them, there are 5. Let's come tomorrow. So what's your vote? Or 5 years? So you start playing, I don't know, do they train children how to play in like small leagues? They call them the little leagues. Is it there? They play like very organized, and they start winning, because that's what they do here, I think. 13 is late. Kasim, I think 13 is late. Well, who thinks 13 is late if you want to be a pro? I think that's too late. 9 years, 9 to 10 maybe. 5 if you are really serious. You put them in the little leagues, they call them the little ones. And they start. Yes. They need to start really early. If you are going to get to be on top, I think you have to start very early. But let me ask you something. It's there, but too expensive. Yeah, very expensive, like here, very expensive. But people who do this kind of things, the parents, they're intentional. It's like how you invest in a business. They are serious. They want to take those children to a level. All those people are just quoted. The Michael Jackson, the Serena Williams. You think they didn't put money? They put a lot of money. In fact, the parents give up whatever they were doing and start being on the children. Like those sisters playing tennis, their dad with them everywhere, 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 everywhere. And the Michael Jackson also, his dad was with them everywhere. So, and Tiger Woods and his dad. So the parent has to give up something to be able to do that. But then later it pays off if they have the luck that Bill Gates talked about. You could do all that, and then maybe you have an injury or something, and you don't get to where you thought you were going to get. And Tiger Woods was an only child. Do you know that? He was just one person. They only had one child. So, okay, the person I was asking about football. So, how many hours do you think you could play a day? Let's see how you get to the 10,000 to be a pro. I think you may need more than 10,000, right? You know, there are people who calculated the 10,000, the 2 hours a day. How long can you play football? And can you play daily or you skip? Do you skip when you are learning to play football? By the way, who agrees that we skip the money for tomorrow? Or you want to be here, but I really would be very, very tired if I'm going to do this. Only if you're going to do like 3 questions. I'm not going to go through all that. Is it a problem if you will do it tomorrow, or is it okay? So we can bring more people. 90 minutes per day. Now, if 90 minutes per day, that's 1.5 hours per day. How many days a week? Who is calculating? Who is going to be the mathematics? How do we get to the 10 hours? 10,000. If you're doing just 1.5 hours a day, that's 1.5. How many times a week? I think if one wants to play football as a profession, one has to start on the early age, like the age of 6, because the child has many things to master as in the laws govern. Yes, I think so. And the luck has to come in because like here, the challenge about playing this football, those games that involve a lot of physical contact, you have to have insurance because they get injuries. They have injuries, so there are rules in the schools that for a child to play, they have to be covered with some kind of insurance that's special in case something happens to them. So the parents have to be able to pay that insurance to allow their children to play. Okay, 1.5. Who is calculating? 3 times a week? Really? You become a pro by playing only 3 times a week. Who knows exactly what happens? We do it today, please. Okay, Ahmed Kamman, you're saying we do it today, please. I don't think I've seen you here in this game of cash flow quadrant. Did you watch the videos? Fred, I think 3 times a week is not enough. That's 4.5 hours a week. How will you get to times 52? Who is calculating? What's 4.5 times 52? That's a year. How many hours a year? Fred, are you the one doing that? If you have 1.5 hours a week, a day, and yes, and you do it only 3 times a week, you have 4.5 hours times 52 weeks. So how many hours are those in a year? Let's see where you get with your 10,000. No, 7 days, Janet. It's like how you do your jogging. I think 7 days will not be advisable. You cannot use a day 7 days a week. You need a break. Who knows about football? Who put football? You have to know something about football. How do they behave? Like if you're serious, how many times do they practice a week? You know, for those of you who are worried about data, we can make this short and save data for tomorrow and do this the right way. We'll do it in a more fun way. Invite more people also to participate. Remember, I have to convince some people to give you data, but you have to be many people here in the chat. They have to look at our chat. Okay, football is too physical. The body needing some good. It's time to reform and heal. Yes, I agree with that. But I also saying, if you practice, is that what they do? They practice only 3 times a week. Okay, some people naturally talented, so they can do better even without a lot of practice. Just saying. Okay, Zuleika, if you've been here, we will talk about talented people and people who just do the work. So we are talking about the people who are not really very talented, but they are developing their skill. They're developing their skill and they become masters, because the topic of today is about how long it takes you to master something. It assumes, in fact, someone mentioned that you're starting from zero. You don't know anything. Then you start. That means we're not going to assume talent. We're going to assume that you're just focused, you are ready to go. So, let's see. Tomorrow, I like tomorrow because what I'll do, I'll talk to you a little bit about affiliate business or business online or having a business, and then we'll go to the questions. I think so. Invite more people. Let's make it more fun tomorrow. Okay, I think, who got the calculation for 4.5 times 52 weeks? How many hours are those per year? You can practice 5 times a week. Have you done it? Rashid Mutebi, you're welcome. That's a new name, right? Can you practice 5 times a week, really? Is it allowed? I have no clue. I used to play football, by the way, with the boys. My brothers, I was the only girl who were playing football. But are you allowed to play seriously? 5 days a week? Is that okay? Fred, you're saying the body needs to rest. You know, if you go, but I'm trying to remember who said football when I was asking what they want to do. Who is it? Please put your name so I can call you out. Who said football? Because 4.5 times 52, what's that? What's the answer? But there are those of you who want to leave. If you think you have a data issue tomorrow, leave, come back tomorrow. We're going to just finish this and call it a day. If you want to come because of the book, those of you who if have not watched the book, get this opportunity. Go watch videos 83 and 84 and then join us tomorrow. If you want to invite your friends, go do that. Let's make it a big party. Then afterwards, I go to Uganda and look for data. Which company do you want in Uganda to give you data? Airtel or which one? See? Fred, 216 years per year. So how long will it take you to get your 10K? Do you see how it can't work? That's why people are obsessed. People, if you hear people, I was watching, they were talking about Kobe Bryant. You know Kobe Bryant, who died in an accident? Like the time, what time, because he was training his daughter, the time they used to go to start practice. Did you hear about, did you know about Kobe Bryant? It'll take you 50 years. That's why. Okay, like Airtel? Let's first impress Airtel then. Impress Airtel by creating a large group right here. Because the way we do it, we'll have prizes. Like if you win this, if you answer this, and the question could be about Airtel itself. Instead of me asking the ones I ask, you can ask them, I do my part, and I can put Airtel in. We answer questions about Airtel, they'll be happy that you know about Airtel. They give you some data. So, but we have to prove that we have the numbers. For sure, if one wants to do football, who said they wanted football? Did they answer? Yes, for sure. If one wants to do football as a professional, it needs to practice football every day for at least 2 to 3 hours a day. But no break, 7 days. MTN, Airtel. Okay, who else? But you know we have to earn it. You know the word earn, what it means? Earn. E-A-R-N. We have to impress them that we are many over here. Then I'll send someone to talk to them and say, please, help my people with some data over here. So what kind of data would make a difference? If they said they were putting, let me gather some information. If they were to put some data in your phone, maybe a week, How much data would make a little difference? The smallest number that will help you out. Give me a number, because I'll tell them, you know, my people want so much on their phones. Put a number, let me hear it. What would there be a number that will help you at least to be on this channel for like 5 hours a week? Is it 5 hours? At least to be here daily. To be here daily, let's do it like that. How many is it gigabytes or megabytes? What you need to be on this channel for at least maybe 20 minutes every day, or I don't know, to watch a video, at least the way you've been doing. 25 gigabytes. That's how many hours? 10. Someone tells 25. Someone tells 10. Trust me, I have ever done football as a professional. I know what it takes. Okay, then we'll take your word for it. We're going to Fred, go back and look at what Ahmed said. He said, please give me the number. He said 2 to 3 hours per day. But let's 7 days a week, really, for 52 weeks. So that means let's take the maximum and put 5 days. Let's say 3 hours per day, 5 days a week, 15 hours times 52. Fred, 15 hours a week times 52 weeks. How many hours do you need to practice a year to become a professional footballer? Ahmed, I removed 2 days. I gave you 2 days break. I did 5. Fred, bring the answer there as I talk to the gigs people here. 25 gigs. Aula, are you watching this? What we need? 25. Aula is my representative in Uganda, if you didn't know. So he's going to go talk to them, to Airtel and MTN. GB, 25, 10 GB. Someone put 10 GB. That means you don't watch a lot. How many videos can you watch with 10 GB? Okay, I want you to have like an internet experience. Like you can be online without worrying about too much. So that will be 25, 20 GB. So how much is 20 GB? How much to buy it? I'm taking the average of 20. So how much is 20 GBs to buy? And does it matter if you buy it in small, or you buy it in large quantity? $25. For Rio, it's 25 GB. Okay, how much is 25 GB? Let's look at the highest. 25 GB is how much in Uganda shillings? But you have to promise me that you're going to make this place, now that today it will be a larger number than, so it wasn't a bad number, but you have to have many people here because they have to look at the chat. Give me the answer, please. And Fred, give me the answer for 15 times 52. Malaysia, you are excused. You can sleep. Let's meet here tomorrow. Let me try to be here tomorrow by 10. Hopefully I'll be okay. So by 10, which is 5 p.m. Uganda time, 10 p.m. Malaysia, we do maybe a little bit of online business, and then we'll go for real. You're not giving me the amount. Please put the number. We are going to negotiate. Put the amount it costs in Uganda shillings. 25 GB. Fred, are you still on? I was asking for 25 or someone else. What is 15 times 52? So we know that's how many hours you're going to practice per year. And you see how long it will take you to become a professional football player. Then, thanks for sharing and goodbye. Yes, sleep. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Moonlight. Be ready to my secretary there to note who will be winning. Let's do it when I have a clear head tomorrow. I hope I'm not disappointing so much. I almost considered canceling this one. What? Okay, 90,000 shillings. Wow, that's a lot. 90,000 is a lot because that's only if they're going to make it, just a few people win it. You see what I mean? I want it. Sleep, Janet. I said bye to you already. Let's meet tomorrow. We're going to do this tomorrow, okay? For some of you, maybe you can watch the videos again and come ready to win. Sleep, Janet. Good night. Salma, was Salma here? Salma, good night. Good night, Salma. Good night. I feel for you. I didn't see Salma. Salma. So for Uganda, let's save some energy, okay? Let's not, some data. Let's not stay here too long. We can use it tomorrow. That's a lot of money, because only if they're gonna make it like a competition to win that. They cannot give everyone that, but they can make it a competition. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer that we make it that, like the way I do with the book, that everyone wins a little bit? Or you prefer that they just put a big chunk of data that whoever wins it takes it? What do you prefer? Winner take all, or like everyone gets some? Or many winners get some? I'm coming up with an idea. I want to present to them. What do you prefer? For me, I would prefer that every person gets some. We could have a few questions and say, okay, if you win this, you get 5 gigs. Something like that, so that many people win. Yeah, good night. For us, it's not a good night. It's a good morning for me. Good night to the rest. So let's meet here tomorrow. What time do you prefer? I put 10. I think 10 will be okay. Everyone getting some, I think. And not necessarily everyone, but a large number. Because the way we could present it, that maybe they have some questions about them as a company, and then I ask the questions and we record who's answering them right, and then we present that list to them, the phone number that won, and they put some data for you. That's what I want to present. Owl, are you still here? Okay, that's 10 a.m. for me. That's tomorrow. If you want to save some data, you can leave. But I want to see, Owl, are you still on? Because I want to send him. I saw Airtel more than MTN. Or we go to both and see. Can you all come with at least 2 people, so we make this a larger group? Come with 2 people tomorrow. 2. Because they look at the channel before they can say yes. They say, oh, what kind of people are here? Then we tell them what kind they are and how many they are. That's when they'll be impressed. We want to impress them, okay? I show them the chat for today and the chat for tomorrow. And then the chat for Sunday, when we are gathered. Okay? Okay, so, Aula, are you still here? I don't see Aula. He's the one who's going to represent. Does any one of you know anyone in MTN or Airtel? Maybe it could be someone else. I could send someone else. Who knows anyone in MTN or Airtel? Some of you preferred Airtel, some of you preferred MTN. We could go to both. Please respond, so let's not take so long, so we can get off, you can save some data. We can continue this tomorrow. We'll continue this tomorrow. Anyone knows anyone in MTN or Airtel? Or is there another one? We talked about MTN, Airtel. Is there another one? I think, by the way, before forgetting the topic of the day, the 10,000 hours, that's a lot of hours. So if you really plan on mastering anything, plan to focus. Focus. In fact, there's somewhere someone will talk about sometimes 6 hours a day or 8 hours a day. But I agree, depending on the profession or whatever you want to master, it doesn't necessarily have to be 10,000 hours. I agree with some people. I didn't even get into a discussion. I was intended to read to you some comments. I found people were putting on this video where Bill Gates was talking about it. Many people disagree. And also the quality of the hours. Like, what do you do in those hours? It's not just about hours, but what do you do in those hours? And are you getting better? Are you, like, what's happening in the hours? But for some skills, some things you can do in less than 10 hours. But then there was someone who was giving that it took them 25,000 hours. Even the 10 was not enough. So it depends. The discussion keeps going. You can go, but the reason I wanted to discuss it today to show you that it really takes focus. It takes time. It takes like Bill Gates used the word. He called it what? Let me quote him right. He said, you need fanatical. You have to be fanatical enough to get to that level. So you focus and focus and focus and get better and get better. That's a game. Okay, I'm near MTN service, but being near is not what I'm asking. Can you talk to someone? I don't want to send so many people. Let's let Aula go talk to them, okay? But bring your job is to bring more people here so they show that we gather. When they see that we gather, then they'll listen. When I ask, they'll listen. I'll talk to them, okay? For now, I think let's close this. Tomorrow, come back. We go, for those of you who haven't watched these videos of the book, go this week and find what I published on Tuesday and Wednesday, videos number 83 and 84. Those are the questions we're going to answer tomorrow, and the money will still be here. We'll deal with that tomorrow. Those of you who, 2 people, last week I haven't given you your money. 1, no phone number at all. 1, the phone number is not matching the name. You know who you are, so go correct that. What? On the web data moves fast here in Uganda, I need to have at least 40 gigs? Wow. I think it depends what you do. 40 gigs is a lot. Kabuma. I'm cutting this one off, please. Tomorrow, come back. Come back. For those who are interested in online business, let's talk about that. And then also answer the questions from the cash flow quadrant book. And those who, Julie and Doreen, please, tomorrow be prepared to report what you've done with the, this is the book. Remember, you were asking me what it looks like. If you're still on, it looks like this. The newer version. The one you are showing me was a smaller one. The other one. See? Look at the difference. This is the old one. This is the new one. The one I read is this one. This is the old one. So make sure you have the right book. It's not this. He changed it a lot. It's this one. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Go with the latest version, okay? And when I'm offering the downloads in the description, they are about this new one. Okay. I think I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for being here. Yes, you are. I think I just wanted to use Simon that you are on near MTN, but someone has to represent me. They have to talk to them on my behalf. Okay. So thank you so much. So far, I've been sending Aula to some places. So let him do that only if you know someone personally. Okay. Thank you for being here. Come back tomorrow. Bye bye.